I'm gonna be honest with you. Today has been a bad day.
Today is another soap making day. I've been cutting soap. I have my oils that are melting down here. I'm about to check the temperature of them. Time that I have been cutting soap, I'm about to take up to my stash upstairs, and I'm gonna show y'all the progress that I've made in making soap every day for a lot of weeks now. So y'all come take a look. Are y'all ready for this? That is a lot of soap. 2 tables worth of soap. I have lemongrass, orange, lemon and eucalyptus, peppermint and orange mix, peppermint, lemongrass, peppermint and eucalyptus mix, eucalyptus, lemongrass and eucalyptus. That kind of flows with those. Orange, which is part of that one, and lemongrass, which is part of that one. 2 tables worth of soap. I will definitely say I have put my hours into soap making. It is something I enjoy doing. Fun Christmas treats, especially for a lot of local customers. I am going to be being a vendor this year at a local place here in our town, which I'm super excited about. So I'm making extra for that event. Also, I have a lot of local customers. You guys have heard me talk about that. So I just had one of my ladies that loves my soap. She is a very regular customer. She put an order in for 20 bars of soap. So I'm so glad that I have lots of extra to cover all of my grounds this year. I have shipped soap all over the United States to a lot of our YouTubers. So shout out to y'all. Thank you for that. And a lot of our locals, I will also be having them as Christmas tappies this year, as well as setting up for a vendor this year. The first week of December, so I am thrilled about that. That will be a lot of fun. It will be actually the first time that I've taken just my soap and not farming stuff. So, yay!
Again, always adding places for the sheep, and that's gonna help our grass. So we were cutting this grass right here. This is where we've been riding horses. But we're gonna make it sheep fields. While we're feeding hay, we're gonna go ahead and let them work this area, fertilize this area, make it look better either for whatever animal we put over here and keep over here. But it's gonna add about another 7 to 10 sheep days, and maybe even 1 or 2 cattle days as time progresses. So we really need this area looking good and fertilized better. We've got the 2 nets set up, the first net over there and the second net. This grass is like ice cream grass, so it's only about 2 or 3 inches tall, so they'll be able to kind of eat it in a day. So we're gonna move them pretty quickly across it, and I will be doing some supplemental alfalfa feeding while we're right here, and then they're gonna work their way all the way back on the dam, and that's where they're at now. So we'll bypass that and of course come back way over here on the other side of the U. But we're always trying to do new things with our animals and grow our animals, especially with our ruminant animals like the sheep and cow. This is the area we're cutting, and we don't want to cut it anymore. So Aiden's gonna run them, I think, aren't you?
I am.
All right, if you're gonna run, I'll get all this stuff and stay back. Stay back and get all the chargers and all. This horse pen really has come in handy. Makes it easier for us to move a sheep. All right, so you're running.
I am.
Get your good exercise for the day. I wish we should have got the drone up and we could have filmed you running across the whole dam.
Probably.
Maybe trunk ramming you, taking you out.
Come on.
Run, run, run. You better hold that bike or he can hit you in the butt. As Aiden runs across, I'm gonna be honest with you. Today has been a bad day. It's been a terrible day, actually. I say bittersweet because we had a great happening, and we'll show you in the next video about that happening. But the pigs this morning, we've been having issues with our pigs getting out, and then y'all know we moved them in the chicken fence. Oh, there's Aiden. Y'all see him? He's like right there. Yeah, so it was a hard morning, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I could have just literally either killed everything that we own, such as the pigs, or sold them all. And I hate to say that, but it was just that, I mean, you know, I mean, you've had that kind of morning with animals, or when everything seems to go wrong. And I put on, we went and we rode horses last night, and before we even rode horses, we were planning on riding for a long time, the family all together, and all of a sudden the pigs were out last night. So we literally put them in at dark, rode the horses for just a little bit. I think I made Miss Mac mad, so she didn't even come out and ride horses with us. So it's real life for us on the farm, but at the same time, sometimes you have to just say, you know, we've got to make things easier. So these pigs were this close this morning. I was milking, and all of a sudden I look over and, you know, 6 pigs are out. Well, what they're doing, the American guinea hog, are not getting out unless the big pigs are knocking the fence down. So the big pigs are getting out, they're knocking the fence down, and then they're getting out. So now I've got 10 pigs out, and I'm trying to, again, now split them. I got little baby piglets, and it's just like, man, I can't get caught up. I can't fix this. I can't keep fixing a fence. So what I think it is I think it's grounding out. I don't think it's actually getting a good charge because it's been dry. It's under the trees. So, you know, trees take up a lot of the water and the soil. So what I think it's doing is, we had 3 nets moving our pigs. I took 1 net off, and it seems to hold a charge good. But so what we're going to be doing is we're going to keep them in the forest, of course, and in 2 nets versus 3, especially since it's not raining. And then what we're going to do is, you remember the barn, we're going to put gates on the barn today, and also we're going to build another little pen, and that way, if worse and worse and they keep getting out, I can put them in that. Now, we are planning on doing a 2 or 3 acre fence right here, a perimeter fence of this, so that way if the pigs get out of their net, they can't go anywhere. Because even though if you ask me or my wife today, I wanted to kill all pigs, I really do want to expand our pig operation. However, the infrastructure, even though the nets are perfect, in days like this and weeks like this where we don't have a lot of rain, we're having to learn. So it may be one of those things where we build permanent fence for those kind of situations. We build barns for those kind of situations, like rains and also dry seasons, and then have the nets for every other time of the year. So we're gonna be doing that today. We've got to finish the lambs. I got the rest of the stuff. We're gonna move it over there to Aiden and hopefully get the cows. We gotta move the cows, and then we gotta move the pigs. The pigs have been doing so good up until about 4 or 5 days ago, and you know, it's so disheartening, and I get stressed, and the kids know I get stressed, and Misty knows I get stressed, and then everybody's stressed because I'm stressed. You know, it's real life, and you hate that, but all we can do is just keep trying and trying to figure out how to do it better. We are going to be looking at not keeping our turkeys and our ducks, just because that's part of the farm that we're feeding, and it's not giving us nearly what a lot of the other animals are giving us. So we are going to streamline that a little bit and probably get rid of a lot of those. We may keep 1 gobbler, maybe keep a few duck, or at least put the duck over by the pond and let them kind of be sufficient on the pond and be pretty, and hopefully not get ate by the alligator, but kind of let them go back into nature.
Okay, it is now baby food and supper time. So I have, here is some peaches that I got from Azure Standards, which we love. So Livy is about to get some organic sweet potatoes, some organic apples, and organic pears, and that's gonna be her baby food. But we're also cooking supper. This is our round steak, and little man is helping me with some potatoes that we got from Azure Standards too. Let me get this set up, and I wanna show y'all this little contraption. Some of y'all may have had it. We've only had it for about a year, and it has made my life so much easier. So y'all watch this. We are also having our organic potatoes. Now, we have eaten all of ours. So these are Azure Standards organic, and instead of cutting up potatoes, so we like to do like a salt and pepper mix with our butter in them. And instead of cutting each individual potato, I have this little gadget right here. It is a little slicer up here, and then you put this top on it, and it literally pushes the potato through and like cuts it perfect. Push it down. Oh, hold on, let me turn it the other way. Hold on, let me turn it this way so they can see it. Like this, ready? Push. Whoa, there it is. All right, you ready? Do it again.
Very nice.
One at a time. Ready?
Oh.
Jennings said more, Mama. So as you can see, we just did all of those potatoes in literally like 2 minutes. Super easy. I believe this came from Walmart. And here's what the top looks like. And you really just put it on there and you press it down and it presses the potatoes right through. How cool was that? I just had to show y'all that.
The lambs always have the prettiest view. These flowers around the pond is so pretty this time of year. So we got the lambs moved. We're waiting on the water to fill up over here. Once it fills up, then we're going to go tackle the cattle and the pigs. So they definitely have the most pretty view. Most pretty, is that a word? See all these yellow flowers? This time of year it's just so pretty. It goes around the whole pond. We weed eat most of the time around the pond, but this is the only time a year I like let it grow because it's just absolutely beautiful. It goes literally around the whole pond or lake. This is about 6 acres, I think, of a of a pond, I would say. So I don't know if I'd call that a lake or pond, whatever it is. You know, our farm is streamlined because I am full-time. I have a full-time job, and when it's not streamlined, it actually adds a lot of stress to me. Too much stress. And my wife, you can tell, she gets very upset when I get upset. And she gets upset with me because I'm yelling at the animals and wanting to shoot them all. So, you know, I need the pigs to do what they're supposed to do. So we're gonna put the fences on the barn, or the gates on the barn, and put a little extra permanent fence right on the barn. Those purposes, again, are just in case these pigs keep getting out. I can put them in there for quick access and don't have to worry about it. Because like this morning, I put them in, me and Aiden left, I had to put them back in, then had to put them back in. I mean, it's just like 3 times, and then they got the black American guinea hogs out. So we can't have that. So I gotta have some ways to put them in permanent fencing just for a time being until we get our true permanent fencing built over there. I just need this infrastructure set up, especially when the nets are not doing what they're supposed to do. It's not the nets, it's not the chargers. I really think it's the fact that everything is not grounding right now because it is absolutely dry. Groundwater helps your grounding rod ground. The stress that we didn't need this morning, that's really one thing we didn't need this morning, because we have some really good news to show you and we really have some cool other things to show you, but I'm sorry we had to have this kind of interrupt our day. But isn't that true farm days? Isn't that true life, that when you have plans, all of a sudden that totally changes because some pigs got out? So I want you to comment below. Tell us what is challenging on your farm. So today my challenge was definitely dealing with the pigs. So now our solution to the problem is to add some permanent fixtures with our infrastructure with the barn. Something we procrastinated off, and Miss Mac said it's time to get it done because now we realize we needed it. That is what I'm working on. Tell me in the comments below what your problem is on farm today, or what you're having to deal with today, and what you can do to make a solution, because that is what we do with farming. We have to find solutions. We can't just kill them all, even though sometimes I do want to kill them all. You can't burn the barns down, so we got to work on the solutions. So tell me what you're working on today.
Oh.
Be careful. Stop right there. Perfect. All right, keep on going. This was the ugly makeshift thing we did earlier. We took these cattle panels, these bull panels, with just T-posts and just made it where it held in the pigs. Now it only held in 3. The other 2 got out, and of course, right now, the American Guinea boar is still with them, Bert. So we downsized this net and made it just 2 nets big. We're about 3,000 on the rate of the net on what it's actually giving in electricity. We'd like to be at 5,000 to 7,000 or 8,000 would be optimal. But 3,000 is still good enough to keep them in, we think. Before we were hitting under that with 3 nets. Not normally, but we are, because we've not had a lot of rain, and where it's grounded, it's just not real good water because of all the pines. Still very moist, but just not right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get these now, either to one side or back in here with their compadres, and put these red gates on the barn. That way we have a permanent situation. Then we're gonna take these pig panels and we're gonna basically T-post them up and make a little holding facility. And we may not do this all today, but we're gonna put a little holding facility right here in a shaded spot under the trees and just T-post the mess out of it. The only purpose of that is if all of a sudden this happens tomorrow morning, me and Aiden are not out here trying to make a makeshift thing at 4 o'clock in the morning. We're just simply putting them in these permanent pens. You hot?
Yeah.
You were cold last video.
Yeah.
Mississippi weather. Isn't it amazing? You had on long sleeve too last video.
Yeah.
You still had shorts on, I think. We've got these 3 pigs here. We may just kind of keep them in this side, go and build this pen and see if they'll go back in, and we'll see what happens. I'm not in the mood to mess with pigs really, but we've got to. We got to take all this stuff down first, Aiden, and then build the rest. So we've got, me and Aiden got these on. We actually have them on the ground tight. Typically if we were doing cattle, we'd have them up about 5-6 inches. But on these, we got them literally dragging the ground. They're a little uneven, but it's because the fall of the ground. So we wanted this one to fall to the ground. But I'm obsessive compulsive, so I might have to come back and change that. So we'll see. If so, we'll go down a little bit on that other side. But we have 3 pigs in there and 3 pigs not. Aiden said, hey, let's just do it tomorrow. So we're doing it tomorrow. We're not dealing with pigs. We are finished with pigs, huh? Unless we put some on the grill tonight.
Unless we put them on the grill.
That's right.